ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तिसुदेशिकेन्द्रं द्वैपायनं सूत्रकृतं मुनीन्द्रं श्रीशङ्करं भाष्यकृतं यतीन्द्रं मद्देशिकञ्चापि नमामि विद्यै। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितप्रज्ञानगणः प्रत्यगर्तो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ॐ प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Pranams everyone. We are in the 16th chapter looking into the Daivi-Sampad, the values that one needs to possess for the person to be able to get this jnana or get moksha. And we were doing the second sloka, the 16th chapter. Shri Bhagavan ahimsa satyam-akrodha tyagah-shantirapayishunam दया भूत्वेष्वलो लुप्त्वं मार्दवं ह्रीरचापलम्. So Bhagavan is giving a list of 26 values in this first three slokas. In the first sloka we had seen 9 values. In the second sloka we had seen ahimsa in the last class. And now we have to see Satyam. Ahimsa, Satyama, Akrodaha. So there are 3 values in the first part of the first line. Satyam. This is the 11th virtue. And for this we will be going a little more in detail. This virtue will do a lot more vichara. Because this is the first time in the chapter 13 Satyam was not brought in by Bhagavan. Here he is talking about Satyam. And actually speaking, Satyam is actually a subset of the value Arjavam. Arjavam we had seen in both 13th chapter and in this chapter as well. Arjavam we saw as uprightness or straightforwardness. We saw in the last class also. Arjavam is where the mind, the words and the action, the thought, the words and action are aligned. So that is Arjavam. And if Satyam is actually where the thoughts and words are aligned. Satyam can also be said when thoughts and words are aligned, then it is kind of Satyam, speaking the truth. It's called Satyam. But Satyam is speaking truth. When we talk about speaking truth, a common phrase we hear from others, a lot of people, is that it is not possible to live in today's world by speaking truth. They will always say that it is not possible. And especially if people are in business, they will say it is not possible to run any business by just speaking the truth. You don't know how much of lies, it's not possible. It is. Another thing they also say is, maybe in those days it was possible to live a life without speaking truth or without telling lies. But in today's world, it is not possible to live by just speaking truth. You will have to lie. Or another common excuse that people will give is, oh, this is actually for sannyasis. Whatever has been taught here is all for sannyasis. For monks who have actually, relinquished everything and they have come to seek the truth. It is not for the general people in this Vyavaharika world. It is not for common men like us. Or it is not for grahasthas like us. So this is the common misconception that people have with regards to truth. The reason is probably true for multifold. One of the main reasons is probably people have not really understood the meaning of Satyam. What is Satyam? The reason why they say it is difficult to follow is because they have not understood what is Satyam. If a person understands what is Satyam and also sees the benefit of following Satyam, then it will be easy to practice it. But one thing is for sure, the misconception that people have that you cannot succeed in life or you cannot survive in this world by speaking just the truth, that is not true. That is definitely not truth, and that only lies will lead you to a life of comfort and happiness. That is definitely a misconception. So we will try to do a little more deeper vichara into Satyam. First of all, let us understand that Satyam is a samanya dharma. When they say it is only for people in those days, or whether it is only applicable for sannyasis, it is not true. Because it is by the very nature of this dharma being samanya dharma, it is applicable to everyone, to all ashramas, to all varnas, at all times. So this is a samanya dharma. What I suggest is, let's have an open mind about Satyam. Let's not close it. Satyam is not a virtue for me. Let us not close that option. Let us try to listen and understand what Satyam means, and then we will see whether we will be able to follow it. I'm sure we will be able to follow it. Because one thing for sure, Vedas will not preach anything that cannot be achieved or followed. It will say something that can be done. If it says something, then it means it can be done. And it is for normal people. It is not just for a select subset of people. It is applicable to all kinds of people. So Satyam, what is the definition? One Sampradaya Guru defines Satyam as purity of words. Purity in words. See, generally when we talk about purity or cleanliness or purity, we say there are 3 levels of cleanliness or purity. One is at the physical level, at the body level. The second is, of course, at the verbal level. And the third is the mental level. So when we say body level includes not just the physical body, but also the actions. There is purity in actions. The intent of actions is pure. And verbal level, we say purity of words is Satyam. Satyam is purity of words. So that's why the Sampradaya Guru says, defines Satyam to be purity in words, purity of words, pure words. And then of course the mental level is when we talk about pure mind or clean mind, a mind free from all the Asuri Sampads, a mind free from all this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That is called as purity of mind. So this is one definition of Satyam. There are many definitions for Satyam, and that has got a deeper meaning. Each definition has got a various levels of depth into it. We can see the Samanya or the most common definition of Satyam is, the most elementary definition will say, Yatha Drishtam, Yatha Shrutam, Tata Bhashanam. Yatha Drishtam, whatever I see, Yatha Shrutam, whatever I hear, Tata Bhashanam, that I speak, is the most elementary definition of Satyam. In other words, saying whatever happened as what it is, or saying whatever we heard or learnt as what it is. But the thing is, we have to be a little careful in this definition, because what we saw or what we hear need not be always real. It could be an act, or we could have only seen a part of the whole act, the whole thing that we should have seen, or we could have heard only a part of the words that were spoken, and therefore whatever our understanding is, it could be wrong. And when I say yata shrutam, I hear it from somebody and I speak the same. The person who actually tells me things could also may not be truthful. So this definition is a kind of very elementary definition. Some people may say, you had seen it, therefore you speak it. And that is how they define truth to be. But this has to be understood a little carefully. So we do not kind of say that this is the definition that Shastras give. The second definition of Satyam is Anrita Varjanam. Anrita Varjanam, it's a kind of slightly better definition. It says not speaking lies is truth. Not speaking lies is truth. In fact, Shastras also give this as the main definition of Satyam. Not speaking lies. So if we look at it, what is the difference between the first definition and this one? The first definition said, say what you see, or speak what you see. Here it says, it is not necessary to say what you have seen or what you have heard. It is not necessary to speak this, whatever you had seen or heard. In other words, what we say is, truth is defined as not saying what you didn't see. So it's a double negative. If you put it, will be easy. So it's not saying that, it is not saying that you speak what you see. In other words, it says here, do not say what you have not seen. That is how it is defined here. Or in other words, whatever you say must have happened. Same thing, whatever you heard, it's not necessary to speak whatever you have heard. But if you say something, it should have been something that has spoken or heard. Because if we go around saying whatever we had seen, if we go around saying whatever we had heard, the definition, it is no more a Satyam. This person is not a Satyam speaking person, is not a truthful person. We will be called as a loose talker. There are some people who are there who wants to, just give out the information because they have the information. Kind of called a loose talker. And they will not be seen as a truthful person. They will be seen as a loose talker. And it is a kind of a weakness more than a strength. A truthful person gains strength, mental strength out of the words that they speak. Whereas in this case, a loose talker will be seen as a person of weakness. So the question is, under what condition should I use this? Under what condition I should not speak what I have seen or what I have heard, or under what condition I should not speak the truth? Because truth is defined as, or let me use a different word, otherwise it will start confusing. let's say fact. There is a fact, whether if I want to speak the fact or not. Shastra says not speaking lies is truth. So I should not lie. That should be the main condition. Now, under what condition should I not speak the facts, or should I not speak what I have seen or heard? Condition number 1 is if the listener is not able to accept whatever I am saying, or will probably misunderstand the truth, or will use the truth for selfish reasons. Under those circumstances, I can hide the truth. There are two conditions to it. These two conditions both should suffice, or both should be taken together. These conditions should be taken together. The first condition is if the listener is not able to accept it, or if the listener is going to misunderstand it, or if the listener is going to use it for selfish reasons, then that is the first condition. The second condition is the motive for which I am hiding the truth. The motive for me to hide the truth should be good, should be noble. The motive for hiding this truth should not be for any selfish reason. If I am able to tick mark both these conditions, then under these conditions I can hide the truth. So the listener is not able to accept it, or the listener will misinterpret it, or the listener will use it for selfish reason, and for me also there is nothing, no motive, selfish motive. Under that condition I can hide the truth. Under these conditions there is nothing wrong in hiding the truth, in not stating the facts. Because if the cause is good and the person will not be able to understand the truth, it is okay to hide the fact. Suppose if we are going to a class, a Vedanta class or a temple, and the person in the house doesn't like it, it is fine to hide it. Suppose if we are doing some dana, some donation, charity, a person at home doesn't like it, as long as it is not for selfish reason that we are doing it, the cause is noble, then it is okay in hiding the truth. Remember, it's not about saying lies here yet, it is about hiding the truth. There are cases where we have seen, right, the doctors, there could be some terminal patients, and the patient might ask, how am I, doctor? The doctor will not state the truth. He will not say, oh, you got only 3 months to live. Because the patient may not be able to take it. So under those conditions, it is okay to hide the truth. There are some people who might come and say, oh, they might argue saying that, hiding truth is as good as lying. There is some set of people who believes in this. But the Shastras do not accept that line of argument. Shastras clearly says that if the motive is good, then hiding facts is also equal to stating the truth. Suppose, for example, if somebody is being followed by, say, on the road, you see somebody is actually running, and behind that there is a person with some kind of a weapon, a knife or something to harm this person, and this person hides somewhere, and you have seen it. And when the person who is following comes and asks us, where is this person, hiding the truth is as good as speaking the truth. At that point of time, we cannot say, I am actually a truthful person because I have seen it. I will have to state what it is. And if this person says, where is this person? Do you know where is this person? At that point of time, we cannot say, I will be speaking the truth. So if the motive is good, hiding facts is as good as speaking the truth. Even Shakracharya, when he gives the definition of Satyam, he says, don't speak lies. That's what he says. That is the definition of Satyam. Truth or facts can be stated or not stated. That is different thing. Not speaking lies means not necessary to speak the truth. Or in other words, hiding the truth is as good as speaking truth, or hiding facts is as good as speaking truth if the motive is good. See, generally speaking, we tend to hide what is bad. For example, if we try to hide our bad characters, we have a lot of bad character in ourselves, and we try to hide them. We try to project to others as if we are good people. So we try to hide our bad vasanas and bad characters that we have. But it is good to actually do the other way around. It is good to hide the good deeds also. Suppose if we are doing a lot of tapas, or if we are doing some dhanam, if we are doing some lot of good things, Shastra says it is better to hide those good things rather than hiding the bad things. Even in our house, if you see, we hide all the ugly, unwanted items. We put them in a drawer or something, closet, and then shut it out so that people are not able to see all the ugly things outside. But hiding the good things also we do. For example, if we have a necklace or a diamond or a gold, we also keep them in cupboard. We don't let them be available in the open. We store them safely in a locker. In the same manner, hiding the truth or hiding the facts is also Satyam. When the truth cannot be accepted by or understood by others. If a person attends some kind of satsanga, goes to classes or attend Vedanta classes, and the family at home is not happy, it is okay to hide the truth because the other person is not able to take it. That's fine. Now this is the second definition. Now we'll come to the third definition, which is the definition given by Thiruvalluvar. Thiruvalluvar is a poet from Tamil Nadu, where he had given a definition for truth. And here, Valluvar goes one step ahead and he says, even telling a lie is also truth. Poimayum vaimai idadu, he says. Even falsehood is same as truth. But again, there are conditions. The condition is when that falsehood, when that lies will give a good outcome. Poimayum vaimai idathu nanmai payakkum enil. When it is going to give me a good outcome. And the good also will have to define what is a good outcome. It is not good outcome because for me it is not a good outcome. Because of selfish reason I cannot say it. So we'll have to define that. We'll come to that. The good outcome should be for a common benefit. It cannot be for a selfish reason. Then it is okay to even lie at that point of time. Satyam if we look in the Shastras, it will be always be coupled with a word called hitam. Hitam and Satyam go together. Hitam means beneficial. Truth has to be beneficial. If not, then it is not truth at all. So the corollary from there we can say is, saying truth or speaking facts, and if the outcome is going to bring trouble, or if it is going to get any kind of ill feeling, or it is going to create some hatred, or it is going to create some jealousy, then it is not considered to be Satya. So if I'm going to state facts that is going to create, so I'm going to say, for example, I heard this person talking bad of that other person. Now that I have heard, I go to the other person and then say, you know what, this person has talked ill of you. This person had so many bad things to say about you. Now what is this going to create? I am speaking the truth, no doubt. But apparently I am speaking the truth because I have just heard it. It is a fact. I am stating the fact here. But this is going to create hatred. This is going to create jealousy. All those things. Ill feeling. All those things. Then in this case, Shastras clearly say it is not Satyam. In fact, it will go the other way around. It will create, instead of when I speak Satyam, I should get Punya. But here, even though I am stating the facts, I'll get Papa. So we have to understand what is considered Satyam very clearly. The outcome is important. The lie, so poimayum vaimai idathu, when we say the lie can also be said, if the condition outcome is actually good, we have to now validate or qualify that lie. It has to qualify as condition. So there are, basically, if we look at it, now that we have seen all these things, we can say there are 4 ways we can qualify this truth and falsehood. First one is, truth is defined as revealing the facts or revealing as what it happened if it is for a good cause. So something good has happened. So this person has praised the other person, say for example, and the other person is not around. I go to the other person and say, this person has praised you. So here I am considered to be saying the truth because the cause is good. And remember, if I am saying this because I am got some selfish motive out of it, then it is no more considered to be truth. But it is still fine. It will not create you papam, but it is not considered like a punya. The cause is good. The second is, truth is when I do not reveal things as it happened if it could lead to a bad outcome, or if it could lead to a bad cause. And we have already seen, because it could unnecessarily hurt someone. So in this case, I should not reveal what had happened, because the outcome could be bad. And here in this case, silence is golden, silence is the truth. So this is the second one. Now the third thing is falsehood. When I can lie, or when is it considered a lie? when I reveal things as it happened and I want to have that bad outcome, and therefore I am stating as what it is, then Shastra says it is as good as telling a lie. Suppose we as the same example, I want to show this person in bad light. I want to create some enmity. So the outcome that I am looking for is something bad. And although I may be revealing the facts, it is as good as telling a lie. Or rather, it is as bad as telling a lie. This is the third corollary that we can say. And if you look at the last one, fourth one is, I am considered to be saying a lie if I do not reveal things as what it happened. If I do not reveal things as what happened, because the outcome, although I know that it could lead to a good outcome, I know that this could actually lead to a good outcome, but I do not reveal as what happened. And typically where we do this, where we do not state the facts, when we will lose out on the transaction. There are people here, a lot of people who go to the shops, for example, right? The shopkeeper had accidentally given extra money. They keep quiet. As a change, the shopkeeper gives back some extra money. They keep quiet because they say it's his fault. I did not lie. He didn't ask me. So that kind of reasons would be given. Because we are gaining in that transaction. Shastra says, here too, it is as good as telling a lie. Even if you remain silent, in this case, it is as bad as telling a lie. So this is how we have to define Satyam to be. So Satyam is not about stating the facts or not stating the facts. Satyam is all about whether it is hitam or ahitam, whether it is for good cause or for bad cause, whether it is for selfish reason or selfless reasons. The reasons or the outcome or our attitude is what defines whether what is being spoken is truth or not. So Valluvar, when he actually defines Vaimai, which is Satyam, truth, he says, Vaimai என்பதுவது யாதெனில் யாதொன்றும் தீமை இல்லாத சொல்லல். That is how he says. Truth is when we don't speak ill of others, when we do not hurt others, when we do not do himsa to others, through either words or through action. That is what is considered to be truth. Saying a lie, saying falsehood, or being silent is considered to be Satyam if it is for establishing or if it is for maintaining dharma. So Satyam has got a very, it is not we cannot give an absolute meaning for it or a single word to actually explain what is speaking truth. Speaking truth has to be understood along with the context. So now that hopefully we have understood what is truth and what is not truth. Now from here on, we will now start discussing why do we lie and others and all those things. We will do a little more vichara on truth, or why do we not speak truth and others. Here you have to understand, when I am saying this, it is not about stating facts, it is about Even though we may state facts, if it is the outcome is for selfish reasons, then it is as good as or as bad as telling a lie. So when we say, why do we lie? We'll have to take this also into consideration. These cases also into consideration. So why do we lie? We lie mostly because people will not like to accept the truth. So that is one. Then the second reason, if you see, it is because apparently for us, or the way we see the world, we see that truth or falsehood brings success. We see in the corporate world, or we see around us, a lot of people who are not truthful, and yet they seem to be reveling in success, or at least that is what we think. We think they are successful, and they are successful because they are able to lie. Whereas we say that people who speak the truth, they are suffering. And we say truth brings hardships. That is how we define, or that is how we see it, and therefore we are inclined to lie. And that is why we lie sometimes. So Mundaka Upanishad says, in Mundaka Upanishad there is a statement which is also what our Ashoka Chakra in India emblem also has. It says Satyameva Jayate. That is taken from Mundaka Upanishad. Satyameva Jayate. Truth alone triumphs. Truth alone triumphs. So question is, when a person is actually stating a lie, which is not identified as a lie by others, would it be considered as a truth? Say for example, I'm telling a lie. The other person doesn't know that I am speaking a lie. Is it considered as truth? Or I speak facts, I speak the truth. The other person does not believe that to be the truth. Or doesn't matter the other person. All others around me do not think it is the truth. Would it be considered as false? Should I say accepting whether it is being accepted by others or not, whether that will define whether what we speak is truth or false? The answer is truth or lie. It is not based on whether people are accepting them or not. It is on the basis of our conscience. What we know is the truth is truth. Here also Valluvar uses there is another kural there. Here also he says, Valluvar says, தன்னெஞ்சு அறிய பொய்யற்க பொய்த்த பின் தன்னெஞ்சே தன்னை சுடும். Our conscience knows when we have spoken a lie, and once we have spoken a lie, our mind, our conscience itself will start pricking. Tannanje sudum, it will give heat, or basically it will give you pain. See, when we speak a lie, we will be able to convince a lot of people around us, saying that is the truth. Others may believe us also, but there will be only one person, at least one person who knows, or who will know that we are not speaking the truth, and that is ourselves. We will be sure when we know, we are sure when we are speaking the truth, when we are not. But typically what happens is, whenever we are speaking something, if it is beneficial for us, we consider that to be truth. We take it that we have spoken the truth, or we have got away with it. We don't even look back on it. And whenever things are bad for us, we hide the truth, and we think it is also good for us. But what happens though is, Shastra says that once you have spoken a lie, after some time, initially our mind might be calm, but over a period of time, the mind will suffer from guilt. We may not be able to see it. For others also, it may look as if there is no guilt, but internally the mind will have that guilt. And what happens is, one lie, and that kind of actually gives you an agitation in your mind. Whenever a lie is spoken, our mind gets a bit of agitation. Whenever we speak the truth, if you look at it, our mind becomes calm, because we know that we have taken it away from us. We have only said the truth. And the other problem is, once we speak a lie, it could lead to multiple lies. Then one lie we have lead to multiple lies, and now that we have spoken multiple lies, we have to remember to which person what lie was spoken, at what time, and we'll have to maintain that also. A lot of things happening, like some people would not want to say a development in their home, and they will lie. For example, somebody would not want to know that they have achieved something or something. They would want to keep it for a later date, or they would say, oh, we are still trying. So now we'll have to keep remembering when was that said, to whom. And so what happens is, slowly when these kind of things happen, we do this often. When we do this often, we will become hypocrites, and we'll soon start developing a multiple personality. We'll soon develop a multiple personality disorder. So it is better not to tell lies, because if we keep telling lies, it will create some mental and psychological problems. Over a period of time, it may not be very evident immediately. In the short run, it will look good, but in the long run, it will create mental and psychological problems. In any case, even if we think that there are people who have not had these mental psychological problems, they have been able to get away with their lies. If this is what we think, rest assured, karma will take over. May not be probably in the time that we see them. There will be times where we will not be with them. That karma would have taken over them. There will be suffering if a lie is spoken. The mind will always be disturbed. People who are in this this game of politics or business, where they have to speak lies, or where they think they have to speak lies, we look at them, they do not have easy life in their mind. They may have a comfortable life, but whether necessarily happy life, we are not sure. But for a person who has spoken the truth, that person will be calm. Within the mind, there will be some bit of calmness. And if you really look at it, what does a person want? At the end of the day, it's not comfort. It is a calm mind. It's a mind where we don't get agitated, where we are calm and peaceful. So Satyameva Jayate, when it says truth alone triumphs, the triumph that is talking about, the Jayate, that is the victory that is being referred here, is the victory that we get in our mind. It is not about material success. It is not about comforts. It is about the victory that we will have in our mind. So the mind becomes calm, the mind becomes peaceful, we become happy, we become quiet, we become easy, we become they say when you start speaking the truth, you will have a kind of an aura, polivu in Tamil they say. If we do that, if we know all these benefits, we will start following the truth and start following dharma. So as I said, what are the benefits? We have already kind of discussed what are the benefits of saying the truth. Once we see what are the benefits of speaking the truth, then we will also see how can we practice truth, or practice saying the truth. So the benefits, number one, as I said, calm mind. When we speak the truth, we have a calm mind. Then the second one is a clean mind. Satyam is an important virtue for Chitta Shuddhi. We talked about Chitta Shuddhi as part of Karma Yoga. Chitta Shuddhi, purity in mind. If someone decides to say the truth, what happens is, if I start deciding to say the truth, then I cannot stay with just the truth. I will have to start following many other virtues. For example, someone lies as well as cheats. The moment I decide not to lie and only speak the truth, then that person cannot cheat as well. But if someone is very kind of, always lies, saying that, okay, small truths, small lies. For example, that person says, I'm on the way, although he may not have actually left from his home. Then right now the person has to be there at that particular time. So he has to say, I'm on the way properly, and therefore he says he is not left the home. Then he will start trying to change his habit and try to be punctual as well. So start speaking the truth will give additional benefits of actually inculcating other good habits as well. So this truth will actually straighten out our character. And if we take Satyam as a sankalpa, saying that, okay, from now on I'm going to speak only the truth, then we cannot just bring the truth alone. We'll have to bring our other good values also into our character. And that I will have to do inadvertently. Without our knowledge, we'll have to bring them. Without any new effort that I have to bring this additional value, I'll be bringing those. And Satyam cannot coexist with bad habits. Because suppose if a person says smokes without the family's knowledge, for example, then the person cannot come back and say, the person has decided not to speak a lie, has decided to speak the truth, and he cannot come home and say, I went for a smoke. So you will have to, those bad habits cannot coexist once you decided to speak the truth. Remember, as I keep saying, in the old age, we will not have other people for company. Our children would be they would be doing their work. We will not have too much of company at that point of time. The mind will be our company. So the mind can be either our friend or our enemy. And at that point of time, to have peace of mind, it is important to lead a life even now where we do not build too much guilt. If we build up too much of guilt, then it will have an issue when we are at old age. So one thing is, we can avoid building this guilt by speaking truth. So this is another benefit. So calm mind, pure mind. And the third benefit of speaking the truth is punyam. Speaking truth is dharma. And the effect of dharma is punya. So when I say calm mind, pure mind, these are ihaloka sukham. I will get benefit in this world. And when I do punya, there is also a paraloka sukham. So even after this life, I will get some benefit out of it by speaking the truth. And Upanishad says, it says that Brahmalokam is the highest samsara sukham. Samsara sukham means the highest happiness that our non-jnani and non-moksha mukti person will get is Brahmaloka sukham. And Shastra says the path to Brahmaloka is laid out in truth. Laid out in truth. So in other words, to achieve that sukham, to achieve that Brahmaloka sukham, one has to be truthful. So speaking truth will give us punya. The corollary is, therefore, not speaking lies will give us papa. So the adrishta phalam of speaking lies is papa. Although short term it might look beneficial, it is not. This is the third benefit of speaking truth. The fourth one is manobalam. Manobalam is strength. By speaking truth, our mind gets the strength. By speaking truth, we get fearlessness, abhayam. Because I have spoken the truth, I don't need to fear. I don't need to fear whether what I had spoken, when I had spoken, what lie I had spoken, to whom, at what time, under what conditions. I don't need to remember all those things. I don't need to fear. So fearlessness comes in. Whereas a lying person's mind is full of fear. Whether I will get caught, when I will get caught, if I get caught, what will happen? Will I still have this? Will I be losing that? All those anxiety will start building up. And once this fearlessness comes, only a brave person will have the strength to face life's challenges. Life is not easy. Life throws out a lot of challenges, and we need the mental strength to face them. And speaking truth will give us the mental strength. If we start speaking the truth, you will slowly realize how much of fearlessness, that abhayam, is being built into our system. We will be able to handle any kind of life's challenges that comes up. So strong mind, strength of mind, manobalam, is another benefit of speaking the truth. Now, how to practice the truth? We will see that in the next class. Any questions or comments here? Okay. If not, we will see again in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimahishah. Gobrahmanebhyo Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Hari Om Sri Guru Hari Om.
Hari Om.